Today, I'll be covering some fascinating new data that shows a clear division between those that still need a stimulus check and kids' stimulus checks versus those that don't. I'll share what was said in a private meeting with Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats in the Capitol's basement. Increases to Social Security and the administration that runs all benefits are coming. And Vice President Kamala Harris finally commits to going to the U.S.-Mexico border, and much, much more. Hello, and welcome to today's June 23rd Daily News Report, as well as ongoing stimulus check package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you up to date on what's going on in Washington, D.C., what's going on in the economy, what's going on with stimulus, money, investing, and much, much more. All right, now don't fall for scammers that are using my name and picture to get you to text them. I'm getting so many private messages saying, hey, did you ask me to text you? Hello, I've said like 30 times in a row, don't fall for these people. So here I am, day 31, saying don't fall for it. Also, make sure to sign up for the giveaway that Casey and I are doing, where we're giving away over $3,000 in prizes and cash. Make sure to go sign up, and I'll leave a link below. All right, now several new surveys are giving insight to the Ways and Means Committee, as well as the rest of Congress and all of us, about who needs a fourth stimulus check and who does not need one. Also, who needs unemployment and who does not. Also, the kids' stimulus checks month to month between July and December. Many are saying they don't need it and don't want it, especially if it leads to higher taxes. Now, the data is revealing, but leans towards the opinion that I've been sharing that I think a fourth stimulus check could be inserted into the American Families Plan, but to a smaller, more targeted group of Americans. The truth is, most of the 167 million Americans that received a stimulus check no longer need a stimulus check. However, between 12 to 40 million Americans still do, and that's what this data reveals. 4 out of 10 people re-entering the workforce say that they will be making less money than they were before the pandemic. So less money coupled with higher prices means that there is a need for additional help. 25% of Americans surveyed said that they're not able to fully cover their monthly bills. 53% of parents said they don't need the government to send them monthly checks for their kids and worry that by doing so, they'll pay for it through higher taxes in the future. 54% of parents said they don't need the government to increase the child tax credit. So what happens is it used to be $1,000, then it went to $2,000 under Trump, and now it's gone to $3,000 with a trigger to send monthly checks. These parents are saying, we don't need the government to support us, and we don't want you to increase our taxes either. However, 30% of families said that they absolutely need the child tax credit and that sending it month to month would lift a burden of raising children versus having to wait a full year in order to get a simple tax credit. So 30% of families are saying, yes, we desperately need that money to help raise children. Now, the data also showed that men were more in favor of child tax credit checks than women, and that the younger you were, the more you were in favor of child tax credit checks. I thought that was interesting. The being younger, that didn't surprise me because being a young father, as you're getting into a career, I get that. But I was shocked that men were more interested in child checks than women were. So just some interesting data. So the government has a large group of people that no longer need stimulus checks and don't want the month-to-month kid stimulus checks. But it also points out that there is a pocket of Americans that still need a fourth stimulus check and still would benefit from those children's tax credit checks month to month. Okay, so the worry that I have is, will they base all stimulus programs based on the majority versus on the minority. Because right now, what they've been doing is this shotgun approach, just sending money out to large groups of people versus getting targeted and helping those that really need help, right? And this is what happens when you have this division of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, is they make decisions based on large numbers versus based on those that truly need help. All right, now it shows that those that need a forced stimulus check, it really isn't about stimulus at this point. It really is about survival. So those members of Congress that have started calling stimulus checks survival checks seem to have hit that right on the nose, right? So there really is a pocket of people that need those survival checks or stimulus checks, but 167 million, they don't need that anymore. That's too big of a number. Now, according to a report on The Hill, Nancy Pelosi held a private meeting in the basement of the Capitol with as many members of the Democrat leadership as she could. She told the party it's time to step it up and come back to pushing Biden's agenda. She said to start calling child tax credits Social Security for kids so that voters would understand that even though kids haven't paid into this, like seniors, that they are getting a Social Security check for kids. She told the party that if they wanted to win in 2022, they better step it up and start pushing this message. Now, there's nothing illegal about what Nancy Pelosi did, but I am curious to know from my community, should she be calling these Social Security checks for kids? Or is that insulting to adults that worked and paid into Social Security their entire life? Is Pelosi using this to leverage more votes, or is it to help children? So some are calling this into question. Anyway, she's saying to start calling it Social Security checks for kids and to get back in line with pushing Biden's agenda. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Representative Hakeem Jeffries from New York said, we need to brag about this to everyone who will listen so that families know that it was Democrats that took care of their kids, not Republicans. Right now, it looks like Democrats might be interested in doing more for kids than adults in an attempt to help boost the economy and get it back on their feet. It does have me wondering if Democrats will say there is no need for a forced stimulus check for adults since we're doing so much for kids. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Nancy Pelosi is calling for everything to be in by July 4th, so we'll know a lot more here in just a couple of weeks. However, many Republicans have said this is not about helping kids and families get out of poverty. This is about securing more votes. So there's definitely some difference of opinion between the two parties, right? By the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really, really appreciate that. And I love bringing my community the news. All right, now next year's budget still has to be voted on by Congress, but the House Ways and Means Social Security Subcommittee Chairman John Larson said he was encouraged to see President Biden and his team increase the budget for Social Security Administration to $14.2 billion, or an increase of 9.7%. Representative Larson said the Social Security Administration's mission is to help Americans access benefits they have paid for and deserve. However, due to years of underfunding, SSA has not been able to meet the goal. This has resulted in long wait times and delays in benefit approvals. President Biden's proposed increase to $14.2 billion is much needed and would be a win for Social Security beneficiaries and all Americans. Social Security is not an entitlement program. Hundreds of millions of Americans have paid into this trust fund over their entire life and depend on it to receive a stream of income back out of it. So this is definitely not an entitlement program, which is why some are saying calling these kids' checks Social Security benefits for kids is kind of insulting to the adult population. Now, those on SSI and SSDI will likely see a change in benefits if this passes Congress. But as of today, I can't say what will or won't happen. I can only tell you that it looks like in next year's budget, there is a 9.7% increase for the program. That doesn't mean that there will be a 9.7% increase for those that benefit from these programs. Now, Democrats are struggling to get the votes they need to pass President Biden's infrastructure bill. Senators like Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema say the spending is too high. They don't agree with raising taxes and making it harder to succeed in America, and they refuse to get rid of the filibuster. The filibuster is designed to ensure that 60% or more of the Senate agrees with a bill before it passes. However, with Democrats controlling all areas of the government, the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives, they are now labeling it the kilibuster because it's blocking them from making all the big transformative changes they want now that they're in power. This is according to Democrats. Now, some senators are now saying a bank or a fund should be created where the American people can buy bonds to pay for the infrastructure projects and make a better than bank return for helping their country versus going into debt and raising taxes. According to Senator Thune, a Republican, this will never happen, and Democrats are making bigger holes in their own plans versus just coming to an agreed upon bill the majority of the Senate wants. Later today, Senator Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will be privately meeting to discuss how and when to use budget reconciliation. If they move towards budget reconciliation, the progressive side of the Democrat Party says it's time to push for a $6 trillion spending bill, not $4 trillion. This is their way of sticking it to Republicans by increasing the bill by $2 trillion and slamming it through with budget reconciliation. Senator Sanders and Representative AOC are the two biggest pushers of jumping up the spending to $6 trillion, yet their own solution to cover this massive bill is to raise taxes and stick it to the wealthy. However, many moderate Democrats say even the wealthy don't have enough money to cover this kind of spending. So far, Democrats have 48 of their own party interested in the infrastructure bill and 11 Republicans. But that still doesn't get to 60 votes. That's only 59. If Democrats come down, they would cross the 60 votes, but could lose some of their own that want a higher spending. So they're trying to find that happy balance that gets to exactly 60 votes. However, if they raise the number, then they will lose some of the 11 Republicans. So it really is a dance that they're trying to balance what is the proper amount to get to those 60 votes. Now, next week, former President Donald Trump will visit the U.S.-Mexico border along with the governor of Texas and over a dozen Republican members of Congress. It seems the White House did not want to go to the border after Trump, so just this morning, Vice President Kamala Harris's office rearranged her schedule, and she is now going to the border on Friday of this week, so in just 2 days. It appears it took Trump going to the wall to get Harris to the wall. Hopefully some real action can happen on the border situation we're all watching. The governor of Nebraska announced last night that he will be sending law enforcement to the border to help Texas and the country. 2020 saw the lowest birth rate since 1973. More Americans are choosing to have less children, and the lockdown led to less babies, not more. Crypto coin Ethereum saw the lowest value in over a month yesterday. After many articles came out saying the coin was dead, it rose by 16%, showing that it is definitely not dead. Wouldn't that have been nice to make a 16% return on your money in just 2 hours? All right, now John Podesta, the former White House chief of staff for former President Bill Clinton, said yesterday that it is time for the Pentagon to share the classified information they have on UFOs and UFO technology. A new mammal resembling a small-horned rhino was unearthed in China. Based on the skull size alone, it appears that this mammal was the biggest mammal that ever walked the earth. And was larger than 6 elephants. Wow, that's a big animal, right? All right, now last night my wife and I went to the movies and saw the movie In the Heights. It's a musical, so if you like musicals, I highly recommend it. It was a really fun movie to watch. Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Before you go, make sure to check out that giveaway where Casey and I are giving away over $3,000 in cash and prizes. That'll be over $5,000 given away in the month of June, thanks to generous video sponsors that have been able to help out the channel. Now, before you go, I wish to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.